Hey guys, what's up? Jason TheRedHeadHenry here, and today we are going to be looking at fighting inside of After Effects. I've been meaning to do this tutorial for about past 2 weeks now, but I've had to rework it and I haven't had time for it, and really hate splitting up my videos into 2 different videos because I couldn't get this within the 15-minute time limit, so I'm hoping that this one, I can get this one done today. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be creating. So again, same deal as in the past. I'm recording at 15 frames a second, and this is a 30-second composition, so it might look a little choppy for you guys, but let's just kind of break this down here. So essentially, the first about a little more than half a second, they're static, then they do their bounce, and then they go right into their first action pose, and actually in between each action pose, there is just a random sort of I guess you'd call it just like a default stance pose, as if they're getting ready to attack or they're evading something. So you see here Vegeta's kind of punching Goku, but he's evading it. Then there's just this random pose right here. Then Goku punches Vegeta, but he's evading it. Then another random pose. Then Vegeta's punching Goku. And then here we just have a white background on top of them, and then you're just messing with the transparency as Goku punches Vegeta here. So this is just real easy stuff here. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm just going to actually open up, just to save time, because I don't know how I am on time. This file here that I already have, it has everything imported and all my composition and everything set. You guys want to set up your audio composition to be 3 seconds long and your main composition to be 3 seconds long. Everything else, all the other settings should be the same as my past videos. Make sure you label everything correctly, main comp, audio, and again, just go back and look at my past videos to see what the settings are for that. So after you import everything in, you're going to want to go ahead and you'll actually, when you download the project file, you'll notice that I cut up the Goku and Vegeta sprites. We're not going to be doing any more masking anymore, so we'll just be dealing with each individual pose, which I think is going to be a lot easier and save a lot more time. So so once you get that going and you label your sprites folder, you can go ahead and then in that sprites folder make a new folder and call it Goku, and then make another new folder, call it Vegeta, and then you can just color code Vegeta blue or Goku orange or whatever you guys want to do. So, and again, that was actually in my last tutorial. I showed you guys how to do that. So that's just kind of a review at this point. So let's go ahead and get started here. So I am going to, first thing I'm going to do is make sure I'm in my main comp, and I'm going to bring over this audio composition inside my main composition. Next, I'm going to bring in that BG, and I'm going to scale this thing up by hitting S. This is all review at this point, guys. So if you don't know how to do something, just go ahead and look back at my past tutorials. So I'm actually going to lock these 2 layers since we're done with them. And let's go ahead and bring in this G stance. That's good. We're going to scale him up to 350. Go ahead and make him pixelated and go up to Effect, Keying, Color Key, and we'll just key out that background there. Move the anchor point right underneath his feet. So in reality, this doing this tutorial without walking you guys through it, it took me about, like, I don't know, I'd say like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So hoping that I can get this done in 15 minutes while explaining to you guys what's going on here. So now we're going to bring in Vegeta, so just do V stance. And same thing, scale him up to 350. Make him all nice and pixelated. And if you go up to Effect and you've just used color key, you should already have the color key up here. Or you can just go ahead and hit Control Alt Shift E. So key out that background. Now if you want to flip him, you just right click on this layer, go up to Transform, and do Flip Horizontal. So that's how you flip him, going the opposite direction there. Just going to bring him down to about here. That's fine. So they were static for about 20 frames. So I'm going to scrub forward to 20 frames, select Goku and Vegeta layer, and go ahead and do a Shift Control D. Bring those 2 to the top. We're going to page down 1, 2, 3, 4 times, Shift Control D again, and go ahead and hit backspace. So now they're static. Now we're going to give them their bounce. So actually you need to move that anchor point right underneath Vegeta's feet here. So go ahead and hit S with that Vegeta layer selected, unlink the X and Y, and we are just going to scale him down. Actually, whoops, before you do that, set a keyframe, then page down 1, 2, 3, and then we're just going to scale him down to around 300. Same thing for Goku here. Go ahead and hit S, unlink X and Y, set a keyframe, 1, 2, 3, and just scale him down to around 300 as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw in that first action pose here. So for Vegeta, we're going to have him do, we're going to throw in that V elbow. And let's scale him up to 350. That's good. Go to Effect, Color Key, key out that background, and flip horizontal. And we're going to move that anchor point right next to his elbow. Just going to scrub back and see where I'm going to position him here. I'm just going to throw him a little bit forward, like he's making a dash forward. So that's good, about right there. And next we're going to throw in this Goku stance as if he's ducking. So G Swift, and we're going to bring that underneath. So go ahead and page down 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and with both the Vegeta and Goku layer selected, hit Shift Control D. So we don't need any of that anymore. So again, with this Goku layer, we are going to just go ahead and hit S. Same deal as Vegeta, scale him up to 350. Get him looking nice and pixelated there. Color key. And move that anchor point right underneath his feet. Okay, so now we are going to kind of do the bounce effect again, only this time for Vegeta, go ahead and hit S, unlink the X and Y, set a keyframe at the beginning, page down 1, 2, 3 times, and then we're going to actually bring him forward. So where it says, it should say negative 350 for you guys, so just go ahead and bring that forward as if he's getting a little bit smaller, a little thinner I should say. Bring it into about 300, and then with Goku, go ahead and hit S, and we're going to actually, it's going to be like he's dodging it by ducking. So unlink X and Y, set a keyframe, page down 1, 2, 3 times, and then we're just going to bring him down to around 300. Okay, so this is what you guys should have so far. So you got that first pose. Now we're just going to throw in a random standing pose. It's going to be 1 frame long, because these are around 3 to 4 frames long. It's really 3 frames, but we want to throw in just a random pose just to kind of give it that random look. So we're going to go ahead and just throw in to this, let's see, which one am I going to do here? We're going to do G Stance 2, page forward or page down once, Shift Control D, and let's go ahead and scale him up to 350. Go up to Effect, Color Key, key out that background. And let's get him lined up properly here. Okay, that's good. And now for Vegeta, I believe I have, what am I going to do here? Just do this V Stance 2. Scale him up to 350. Right click on the layer, transform, flip horizontal. And let's just get him lined up with his previous pose. About right there. Bring that back. Page down 1 time, Shift Control D, delete that by hitting backspace. So now it's going forward, random pose, and now you're ready to do the next action shot. So let's see here. I'm going to check to see how I'm doing on time. I may pause it. Yeah, I'm looking like I'm around 10 minutes in by now. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video and just do the rest of the sections. And then when I get to the end, I'll show you guys what I'm doing next. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause this. And you guys should be able to do the rest of this. You're just going to do 2 more. You're going to do 1 more action pose. The next one should be Goku going towards Vegeta. Then another default 1 frame standing pose. And then 1 more action pose after that. And then we'll see where we are here. So see you guys in a few minutes. Okay guys, I'm done with this. So this is what you guys should have looking right now. We left off with this random pose here, which is 1 frame wrong. So the next one I did was just Goku punching Vegeta. And then they're in their default pose next to each other here for 1 frame. Then Vegeta throws a punch. Now what we're going to want to do is go up to Layer, New, Solid. Do a new solid here. I'm just going to call this Flash. 640, 360. Make sure it's comp size and the color is white. And just say OK. So that'll create a new folder called Solids with this white flash layer that we just created here, but it will just appear right on the stage, so that's fine. Shift Control D, and make sure that it's right after that. So now you should just have just a white layer. And now, actually, what we're going to do is turn off that layer just by poking this little eyeball right there. We're going to throw in this Goku punch. Scale him up to 350. Let's move that anchor point right next to his hand here. And now for Vegeta, since this is where they're actually hitting and they're not missing each other anymore, Vegeta is going to be blocking it. So this V block, we're going to put that right underneath Goku here. And we're going to scale him up to 350. Same deal, color key, key out that background. Right click on the layer, transform, flip horizontal. We're going to position that anchor point right where his elbow and knee are. So let's get him looking pretty good here. That's fine. Actually going to move Goku back a little bit and move Vegeta back a little bit. That's good. So now what we're going to want to do is mess with the scaling options for Goku. So we're going to go ahead and hit S, unlink X and Y, set a keyframe, and then just scrub forward. This is 3 seconds long. We'll say to around 2 seconds and 10 frames, and we will just bring him in to around 300. So this is going to be pretty long. Do the same thing for Vegeta. Bring him into around 300. Whoops, other way. Okay, now we're going to turn back on that white flash layer. And we're going to mess with the opacity for this. So go ahead and hit T and set a keyframe. And then we're going to scrub down 10 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hit another keyframe, bring that down to 0, page forward again, or page down again, sorry, and Shift Control D, delete that, and now let's take a look at what we have here. Perfect. So let's go ahead and throw in that audio. So that audio composition, make sure that you're right where Vegeta throws that first punch. Go into the audio, and we are going to just bring in this melee miss 1. Scrub forward until Goku does his punch. Melee miss 2. Oops. Mouse is being retarded. Main comp again. Scrub forward until that Vegeta punches Goku again. Melee miss 3. And then we're going to have a little bit of a delay here, so we're going to go, say, 10 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, maybe not that much. We'll do 5 frames. And then we'll throw in that strong punch. So now let's take a look at what we have here. Nice. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. So I know this tutorial was a little out of whack today. Sorry about that. But if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below or just send me a message. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this tutorial.